Deck the halls with boughs of holly as the 6 shooters finally turn their guns on each other. So, who will rise to power in the latest HOH? We'll find out soon enough. But first, a bogus blindside nearly rocks the house. Plus, Kemi joins us in studio. Welcome to the Big Brother After Show.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Oh my God, Christmas came early.
I really knew you guys would like that.
With that intro, you're kidding.
I had to do it. Rachel was just telling me how bad all the puns are.
I know. I wish I hadn't read that right before you did it, but I still laughed.
Good evening, guys. I'm Bryce McLeay, and welcome to the Big Brother After Show. What a tease this evening was.
Such a tease.
Man.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I guess it was the almost that was. We were almost in store for the biggest blindside of the season. However, luckily the power is back up for grabs. We're going to talk all about that shortly. But first, let's introduce our 6 shooting panel. Rachel.
Well, yes.
I can't get enough. I need to go to Westworld or something.
Hello, everybody. I'm so sad that this week was. I'm sad last year my week wasn't. Didn't go like this.
Well, today is a really special evening for you.
It
right?
is.
Do you want to tell the viewers about it?
Yeah. This was the week I got blindsided and evicted by a vote of 5-4 on day 44. But I mean, I wasn't. Who's counting?
Could you maybe stand up on your chair and show everyone what you're wearing?
Yeah. This was actually I was evicted in this outfit, in this exact outfit. So if we could.
Yeah,
she doesn't walk.
And I almost fell. I don't have my hoops though, and that hairstyle.
I can't believe it's not in the Smithsonian or something.
I'm actually pretty shocked myself. But Sam did my hair last year. I don't know how to do that whole top knot thing because I didn't do that.
And then we have Jessica Williams.
What's up, everyone? But you're totally over it, right?
Yeah, I'm completely over it. I'm completely over it.
Yeah.
I don't have any. Yeah,
just a random day. What's up, guys? I'm Jessica Williams, and today's going to be exciting. Well, next week will be even more exciting, but today's going to be exciting. I just want to know what happened.
I know.
Charles Conoly, what do you think happened?
It's Charles Conoly here, and I'm actually wearing the same thing I was wearing when you got evicted too.
Really?
I'm wearing the same underwear.
Oh.
They're not the same
They're
color.
me undies, aren't they?
Yeah, they're me. They're a little faded, a little discolored, but they are the same.
And they've never been washed.
Never been washed.
All right, you guys. She is out of Camp Comeback, and she's in our studio. Please welcome Kemi.
Woo!
Looking
beautiful.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for coming. Well, so we want to know, how does it feel to watch the show now that you're out of the house? Is it weird?
It's weird. I mean, I watched the aired episodes back, since episode 1, and I think I skipped, the last 4 episodes since I was evicted. I didn't want to see anyone come into power, to be honest. But I watched the live eviction tonight just because I would have been beautiful. I would have been so happy with either outcome. I'm very happy with the outcome tonight.
Really? So, tell us more about that, because did it make the most sense for Sam to go home, or would you have rather seen Kat at the door? It sounds like you would like both.
Personally, for personal reasons, I would have rather seen Sam out this week, Kat out next week, and then Jack out the week afterwards, just because I like that timeline. I like Kat out first in jury. Kat or Jack first in jury. Just have some time to yourself. Be alone. All the effects of solitary just, happen to you. But I wanted Sam out this week just because Sam, Bella, and Nick weren't too good to me, and I just love Bella going home right after me after running around like a wild banshee for the past,
A wild banshee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A week after me, and then Sam follows suit. I mean, it's amazing how karma works.
That's the truth.
Yeah. So do you want to kind of get into that? Because I think whenever we were watching the show, we were a little bit more focused on how maybe Jack was treating you, but I was kind of unaware of the drama that might have happened between you and Sam. Maybe they didn't show it, but what happened there?
I didn't think that there was any drama between me and Sam until I went home and watched some feed clips back, and I saw he was talking a whole bunch of trash about me, and that I would have a conversation with him, which he typically initiated, and then he would take it back to whomever else and completely like change what I said, and just like would start like trashing me on a personal level. I mean, a lot of the house guests did it. I don't know if you guys keep up with the live feeds, but like a lot of there's this weird like mob mentality this season.
Yes.
I've never seen anything like it in a past season. I mean,
Season 19, a little bit, yeah.
It's just so weird. Like, I mean, growing up, like I was friends with pretty much everyone. I never ostracized anyone. I was never ostracized by anyone. I was never mean to anyone. People typically weren't mean to me. So it's just like a very, I don't want to say humbling feeling, but like it's just a weird feeling to go back and watch like primarily Christy and Sam, who I thought I had good relationships with, just not be good friends to me, or just I guess not like me to begin with. I mean, it's weird. And then I would see a lot of like, oh, I'm gonna say something to her. I swear I'm gonna pop off like Annalise and like blah blah blah. Like if she says something, like I'm gonna go off. No one ever said anything to my face, and it's like, you know, I feel like if anyone like gave themselves the opportunity to get to know me outside of Jack's reign, you guys would really like me, but you didn't, and then you were talking shit behind my back, so I'm definitely not in your corner to win. Like I hope you go home broke.
So do you think that it had more to do with them not liking your strategy, them not liking you as a person, or do you think there's other reasons behind their negativity towards you?
I think honestly it started with Jack. I noticed pretty early on, like maybe day 2 or 3, that Jack just had this like commanding presence and people really gravitated towards him, and I knew it was going to be a problem. So I thought, you know, we need to get him out sooner than later. And people would keep saying like, he's going to be a big threat, it's too early. Going to be a big threat and too early, that makes sense. Like get him out before he becomes a big threat. But the moment, and I guess it came from Bella, that Jack found out that I wasn't someone, well, first of all, I wasn't someone who was just gonna, you know, bow to him like everyone else, but then also I had my eye on him. I became Jack's like #1 target, and then everyone just like, it is whatever Jack says. Whatever Jack says. Like, so, you know, I don't respect weak people, and I think that when you're a follower, which a lot of them are, that makes you weak, and I can't respect that in the game, and I can't respect that in life.
I have a question. I know we had spoken about the whole shaker incident with the, was it your water bottle or your shaker bottle that he just talked down to you, which was completely horrible to watch and absolutely disgusting. I know we kind of spoke a little bit today, but like what other instances during like when you were in the house that he made you feel like you were beneath him? Like were there any other particular times?
Yeah, I mean, so there was one time that Nicole, a lot of the people in the house were working out, and then afterwards I decided to have an avocado toast, sue me, and I was making one for Nicole too, and I asked, like, it was like a whole avocado, so I could make 3 avocado toasts, like it's whatever. Jack was walking by, and I asked him if he wanted one, and he was like, no, that's too much fats for me after a workout, but you enjoy yourself. And then I saw clips of him like talking shit about, or sorry, can I curse?
Yeah, girl.
Sure.
Talking trash in the HOH, like, Kemi's she's such an idiot eating avocado toast after a workout. Like, that's the dumbest thing. She's like the dumbest person I ever met. Like, that's so much fat. And then, like, the women in the room were like, well, what's wrong with that? Like, I literally would have had a cookie because I feel like that cancels the workout. And he's like, oh, no, it's okay. It's just like, I you know, it's okay. It's not that big a deal. Like, it's okay if they eat their avocado toast. But if Kemi eats an avocado toast, I'm such an idiot. Oh, my God, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like all these like little things.
Anything...
Like one time, I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, keep going.
No, one time I was sitting at the kitchen table and I was just sitting there talking to someone, and he like threw my water bottle on the kitchen table and just kept walking. And it's like, it was literally sitting inside of my room. So you went and got it and then threw it on the table just to be like an ass. Like, I don't know what his problem was, but like watching clips back, I see it dated like really, really early in the game, like early into week 1. So, I mean, I don't know. And just seeing clips back, like he finds any reason to bring me up in a conversation to like trash me. And I don't know if he knows this, but like I really don't give a shit about him.
Yeah, right.
Well, it felt like he was kind of targeting you for absolutely no reason. And we actually had Ovi on our show last week, and he said something very similar to what you're saying, so maybe you can speak even more to it, is that he basically said that he didn't understand nothing had happened in the game yet that would have made Jack target him so hard or want to like get him out specifically or dislike him so much. Do you think that you felt that same thing too, that he was just being a bully for no reason?
Yeah, I think honestly, I don't know if this gets into the production talk or not. Ooh, I hope not.
Spill it. No, I'm just kidding. Talk what you can, but
he thinks very highly of himself that he was sought out for this game. Let me just
okay.
Yeah,
loud and clear.
I mean, we've had this conversation in person, and it's just like he thinks very highly of himself, and if someone isn't like obvious, like very overtly like
into him,
yeah, like into him, or just like obsessed with everything he says or laughing at his like recycled jokes, then it's like, oh my God, like this person is like the devil, like she's the cancer of the house and like blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, you're just not attractive to me and you're not funny and your personality kind of sucks. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but going deeper into it, because I'm sure other people in the house probably were not, fawning over him and just like, oh my God, you're the best. And what we discussed last week with Ovi was breaking it down to a racial presence and tension in the house, because it was very clear who was targeted early on for no reason. And I feel that sometimes, and speaking as a woman of color, our confidence sometimes can be intimidating to other people, and that's how I saw it. When you were just being yourself, he was like, oh no, like I don't know what to do with this energy. And so he's like, I need to get her out, or she's the negative person in the house. So do you feel that? I mean, we're only observing it, and we have the same sentiment on this panel, but in the house you lived it. So can you give us more about that, or tell us if you feel that it did have to do with race or not?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because day, I believe 2, Bella came to me and told me that Jack made this 8-person alliance, now known as Grateful, and that he made a comment, Kemi's going to be a wild card this season, but I feel like I'll have her under my wing because all she does is flirt with me, which, by the way, no, I didn't. But, okay. To me, I was like, well, why am I going to be a wild card? Like, and that's when my eyes automatically went on him. Like, okay, so what's he up to? What's he doing? And I don't know how to describe like the feeling of being like targeted for no reason. I mean, I don't think that in life I've ever experienced like being targeted for no reason. So just in the house, it's weird because you're with all of these different sorts of people, but they all kind of share commonalities. Mm-hmm. And when you don't have any sort of commonalities with them and there is that cultural divide, it's like, okay, well, we're kind of the same and you're not. So that's easy pickings for me. And, I don't know if it was more subconscious or if it was like,
a conscious.
Not premature. Yeah, if it was more like, more targeted than it seemed, but I mean, I definitely felt like just the order of even the banishment competition, like me, Jessica, David, and Cliff, I feel like it was easy to choose those 3 people because they had volunteered themselves to be in that position, but I didn't really think about it from like a minority or like the older person in the house standpoint. I just thought like, oh, well, they volunteered to be camp director, so that's why he put them in banishment. Like the banishment, whatever. But then I didn't understand why I was chosen for banishment.
Yeah.
He said it because it was because you didn't talk to him, but I saw a tweet that you put out that you said you did talk to him.
Yeah, I did talk to him. I just didn't like kiss his ass. I mean, I asked him like where his head was at. We had spoken a little bit before that, just about like being on like the casting process and things like that. And we seemed to have good conversation. I don't know. So I asked him like where his head was at in terms of banishment, and he said he hadn't made any decisions. And I'm like, okay, well, just, keep me in the back, like just trying to make it lighthearted, like keep me in the back of your mind. Like, I would hate to be banished. And he's like, of course not. I got you. So I talked to him, but I didn't like make any deals with him or like anything like that. So I don't know if other people did, but I didn't. So maybe that was my downfall. I don't know. But looking back, the 4 of us were banished, 3 of us came back. And then when David came back from banishment, the way Micky acted was just so bizarre. Like, he was infuriated that David was back in the house. And it's like, he literally didn't do anything. And you're not in production, so you have no control over, like, the games and how they play out this season. So you have no reason to be upset right now. But he was, like, extremely volatile about it. Like, no, he's a cancer in the house, and we need to cut him out as soon as possible. Yeah. And it's like, why? How is he already a cancer? He's been here for 2 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of want to get into, as well, the fan response to you being in the house, because whatever happened in the house seemed to be the opposite of what was happening outside of the house. You had a ton of fans outside, and an example of that I posted in the Facebook group that I'm a part of called Big Brother Steens, and I said you were going to be on the podcast tonight, and a lot of comments, all of the comments were in huge support of you. I asked some people what they wanted to hear from you, and one of the comments said, just let her know how much we love her, with hearts. Got a lot of likes. But we got a lot of questions there. One that I wanted to ask you that was kind of interesting, and then I have one other thing that I'm going to do with you a little bit later. But somebody said, is there anything that you wish you would have seen on the show that happened in the house that didn't air? So, like, what happened behind the scenes that you wish they would have shown, but they didn't?
I wish there was a montage of all the shit talking from Jack specifically. Okay. I think that the episodes that I saw that I was a part of, there's a lot of Jack like comforting me after he put me on the block, but there's no like 20 minutes later when he was like, yeah, that bitch is on the block, fuck her. Like, and I get it, it's a family network, but it's also like, this is who he is. Like, that is who is in the house with a whole bunch of other people. Like, this is his mindset. This is how he speaks to and about people. Like, this is who he is. So just very, very trivial. But like, when it comes down to like voting for America's favorite player at the end, people typically go off, what they see on the show. Like, not a lot of people watch the feed. So if you have Jack, who is a monster, being portrayed as like this bro loving, like all about life, intellectual, like the conscious happiness guy. He always says that. Oh my god.
Oh, he said that?
Oh, yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, I love this guy. Like, of course, he's my favorite house guest. He's such a great person. Like, he put Kemi up on the block, but he said it was no hard feelings. Like, he comforted her after. He's a nice guy. He's just playing the game. When no, like, he is nasty towards a lot of people in the house behind their back. Like, he's someone who's nasty behind people's backs, whereas some people are nasty towards other people's faces, and I think a little bit of that has been shown on the show. I haven't watched the past few episodes, but I know that I heard of a montage that happened.
Yes.
Well, I can tell you right now, Jack is not going to win America's favorite player, no matter what edit he gets right now. She's and as someone who has watched, and I know you're a fan too, like, I've watched the show for a very long time, and I've watched live feeds, and I feel like anytime I've watched live feeds and I've watched the show, I feel like I've lined up pretty well. Like, I feel like we all kind of have that intuition, no matter what that you try to edit, we have that intuition. So rest assured, girl, none of us are voting for Jack.
He is getting a good edit, though. I think that's what you're saying. He's getting a good edit. Well, I want to ask you, because you mentioned this mom mentality, and I think it's really interesting. But and Rachel also said, BB19 was sort of like this, but they had a really clear ringleader in BB19, which was Paul. And I'm just kind of curious as to who you would say the ringleader of your season is. I know you mentioned Jack, but I also feel like Christy is a big sort of like proponent of this, or is it all of them?
Yeah, no, I think Jack is like the face of it, but I think Christy's like the brains behind the operation.
Okay.
Maybe not so much, like, yes, the brains, but Christy uses her emotions in a very, very smart way when it comes to the game.
Right.
I think we all in the house knew that Christy's like very emotional, and she knew that coming in. But I think she uses it to her advantage. Like, you would think that she was genuine. And I saw a clip of her. I don't know if it was a clip or I just read like the dialogue between Christy and Sam of her saying last week if Jack or Jackson tried to get her to use her power on them, that she would start crying and say that they were like bullying her. And it's like, that is, I mean, if that's your strategy.
Diabolical.
Right. Well, that's what Sam told. That's what Sam told Micky. He told Micky that was the case. So
that's interesting.
It's working thus far, but also if that's your plan, why are you keep it between you and Tommy? Like, if that's how you want to play the game, like, why are you telling Sam that?
So let's talk about another controversial person or issue that was really highlighted with you in the house, and that has to do with Bella. So you and her seemed like you guys had a really strong relationship and connection from the beginning, which was nice to see. But over time, Bella, her actions, kind of, the best way I can put it, she kind of did people dirty and then flipped it on the person that she did dirty to. She did that to you first and then Nicole second, and made you guys the victim. So do you feel that was her strategy, or do you think that she was just like, that was her personality, or that she was just trying to get herself out of mess?
I think Bella's one of those people who not that she doesn't know that she's lying, but I think that she convinces herself that like a lie is okay and just like moves forward with it. The way I found out that Bella was kind of snaking my game was I had a conversation with Micky the day of my veto ceremony that Sam didn't use the veto, right before the veto ceremony. And he told me about his distrust with Bella and how she's been playing both sides of the house and blah, 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 which I don't know why he's having this conversation with me, but whatever.
Right.
And then I immediately go tell Bella because I thought he was trying to pit us against each other. So I go tell Bella and I'm like, okay, we're about to have like the veto ceremony, so just don't say anything until we can finish this conversation. We're sitting outside and I see her looking at him. And I feel like now, like looking back on the Bella situation, I don't know if I can say this with confidence, but I've always thought that I was a great judge of character. But I knew in that moment where she's looking at him, damn it, this bitch is going to run her mouth. So Sam doesn't use the veto. I'm still on the block, sad face. I'm walking to the bathroom and I walk into the boat room and I see Jackson talking to Bella in a way that she's kind of trying to hide in the boat room, but we lock eyes. So maybe 10 minutes later, I'm fuming because I already knew, I already knew. And she tries to kind of cover her tail with me, saying that, Micky told me that he only told you that to see if you would tell me because he was trying to see how much he could trust you based on the trust that we had. I'm like, Bella, does that make sense?
Right.
Why would he care if there's trust between us? What does that have to do with him? And he kind of dismissed the whole conversation and was like, it is what it is. And that's when I knew, like, oh my God, like, she's been like ruining my game since day one. So, and then the eviction speech happened and she, like, I guess said that she took it personally, which I don't know how. I didn't say anything personal in it. And then we had that little, like, blow up right afterwards where I felt like she got personal. So to me, I just kind of, like, wiped my hands of the situation. But I'm going on a tangent. I don't even remember.
Yeah, because you could have blew up her game.
Yeah, well, have you talked to Bella since production ended, or since she got out? No.
Do you plan on it?
Not really. We're both going to be at Hearts of Reality next week. But I don't really care to. I mean, I feel like a lot of the way that people play the game shows you like what their character is, and if you can weaponize someone's personal life, even in a game, I feel like when you're upset with someone, you have the capacity to do that. Like, oh, I'm pissed at you, so like, don't forget about that time that you blah blah blah. Like, I don't like that type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I always I've been in your position before since I was in the house, and I was told by other house guests, see how they treat you outside of the house. And sometimes, because when we're in the house and emotions and things run high, and it's just, I feel like sometimes the house can change people to a certain extent. And I'm in no way saying, make up with her or anything like that by any means. But I am just saying from someone who's been there and who has gone back and said, you know what, I will, but I'm a second chance type of girl. So, because of my heart, well, all that jazz is a little too big, a little too sensitive. So I do kind of give the benefit of the doubt a little bit, but I will say that, sometimes people can change for the better, or people can, things happen in the house. It gets very intense. So just my other view.
I don't know, girl. I saw her laughing when Nick said he wanted to spit in my face, and that's not funny to me.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Wait, you saw her laughing when what?
Yeah, Nick said something to someone about oh, Kemi's such a fucking piece of shit, and I'd spit in her fucking face right now, and Bella thought it was funny. I don't think that's funny.
I know. I heard, and I agree with you. I heard a lot of people that I thought were my friends saying some pretty mean stuff about me. So I totally 100% hear you. But I'm just sorry. I'm just giving you advice from
I get it.
Yeah, someone who's been there too.
Also, just really fresh right now, and I'm still seeing a whole bunch of things online, and so I'll soften up a little, and I'll be like, oh well, life's not that serious, and then I'll see something else, and I'll be like, that bitch.
I know, and Twitter will do that to you.
But I agree that there are consistencies in a person's personality. If you do one thing wrong, it's oh, okay, I'm gonna apologize later. Mm-hmm. But if you're consistently you consistently run your mouth or betray people, then you'll probably have those characteristics in real life.
Yeah.
Going back to the Christine thing.
Whenever I posted in my Big Brother group, is they wanted your take on the cast. All of the cast. And one thing that we did as a panel at the beginning of this season was we went around the panel and tried to describe each of the house guests in one word. We're going to give you a few more than one word if you want to describe in 3 or 4 words, but I'm just going to run down name by name. And if you, take that.
She said, let me get that sip. Where's the tea?
Here we go. She took a sip. She's getting ready. Okay, so I'm going to run down name by name and just today, what are your thoughts on these people? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Annalise.
Floater.
Nice.
Christy.
Emotional train wreck.
These are good. So great.
Cliff Hogg.
Comp Beast.
Holly.
Silent Strength.
Jack.
I liked Monster, what you said.
Yeah, Monster. Villain.
Jackson, or Micky.
Intense.
Jessica.
All over the place.
Kat.
Perplexing.
Sorry. Yeah, I feel like Kat. I think there's a lot more to Kat than meets the eye for a lot of people. Good. I don't know. I don't know.
That's I don't know is actually a great answer.
Right? And is also good.
All right, what about Nick? Follower. Nicole.
Oh, my love. Growth.
Sorry.
I would say growth. I think
growth.
in the game, Nicole has grown so much. So I hope that she makes it to the end, not only because I want her to win, but like I can't wait to see her personal development.
Oh,
Yeah,
girl,
that's
me too.
awesome.
I love her so much. Okay, Tommy.
Expressive, I guess.
Okay, Sam.
Funny.
Ovi.
Genuine.
David. There are a lot of people in that house. What you guys know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying not to be too negative, but
Be honest.
Yeah, be honest.
A lot of
Flop?
it. Flop.
a flop. Yeah.
Okay. And then last but not least, Bella.
Misguided.
Oh,
Misguided.
nice.
You
Very good.
are.
That was really good.
And it's funny you say I'm trying not to be too negative because the reaction, the fan reaction to this season, I was seeing in the comments on this thread, like, this cast didn't deserve Kemi. Like, I think you were the running for America's Favorite Houseguest, to be honest, because
For sure.
in
Yeah.
terms of, like, the cast, like, we were perplexed, confused, and befuddled by this cast. We were really confused as to why they had this mob mentality.
Yeah.
So we were really interested in your perspective on all of them. But I think you were right on the money. You were thinking the same thing we were.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird being in it, and then it's like so weird watching it back.
Yeah.
God, it's so weird watching it back. Not only because like I work a 9 to 5, like I'm boring. So like seeing myself on camera is like, oh, it's a little weird. And just, oh my God, my biggest fear was becoming a meme. There's so many memes of me.
I love it. I was like, oh, there's memes and gifs.
We know you love the gifts.
Clearly. Twitter doesn't. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's been an experience for sure. It's crazy. I never thought that I would be on it, just honestly because I started watching last year. I felt like I had to put my time in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, if I could do it again, like if I could go back, I would still do it. So
Would you
Yeah.
change anything? If you could change one thing about how you played?
I would probably keep my mouth shut a little bit. I trusted Bella probably a little bit more than I should have.
Okay.
Well, Kemi, before we let you go, we have to ask you. We ask everybody this. So, who do you want to win? I think you already said, but who do you want for first and second?
I would love to see Nicole in first, and I guess I wouldn't mind seeing Jessica in second, just because of the reasons why she wants to win. But
Okay.
I wouldn't mind seeing her in second. But if Nicole could take first and second, that would be great.
Oh, that's
Now,
awesome.
who do you think will win?
Oh, good.
I
Better
think
question.
Tommy's gonna win, or Christy.
Tommy and Christy.
Well,
Wow.
maybe not Christy after this week, actually. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
Well, Kemi, thank you so much for joining us. We had such a blast. Thank you for all of your insight, and we hope that
Thank
you stay off
you.
Twitter a little bit. But
Yeah. Twitter's toxic.
yeah,
I know. I get sucked in, but Twitter's where it's at. So
Yeah.
True.
well, thanks, Kemi.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
have a good night, you guys.
Bye, girl.
Bye.
Whew.
That was like my dream guest to
interesting.
be on this panel is Kemi.
I know she was
She's
great.
awesome. She's
Yeah.
I mean,
awesome.
just all of the things that she was saying, like it's so amazing. Like when we have these people on there, we're inside the house actually this
Yeah.
season because they know. I mean, I don't know. it's got to be so weird. Like I'm sure it was so weird for you when you left. Well,
Yeah. No, it's always weird. Like I feel like she's a very strong woman.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, I admire.
she's gorgeous. Like,
she's
she-
gorgeous. I admire her strength because it was definitely hard for me when I got out of the house, and it was very hard to listen to what people were saying. So that's why I was like, it's hard. You got to stay off Twitter sometimes because fans are always tagging you and stuff, and then all of a sudden there it is right in your face what somebody said about you, and then it can hurt you, whether or not, even if you don't want it to hurt you, it hurts you.
Yeah.
And they're not thinking about how they're hurting you.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of Twitter, Jackson said on Twitter about you, on the live
something
feeds,
about you.
on the live feeds, he said that he said you were paranoid and a loose cannon.
well, I mean,
He was comparing you to Christy. Right?
yeah.
Okay. So
Like I said, if I was anything like Christy in the first couple of days, I would have been booted week 1 or 2 for how paranoid and all over the place she has been. I kept my cool together. together. And let me say the reason why being on the block, no matter what it is going to send you in a little bit of paranoia.
Right.
At least, Christy's doing this, and she's not even on the block, and she has a power. And I was over here just chilling by myself, doing nothing on the block next to one of my alliance members. I was upset about it. So, of course, at being the emotional person that I am, I actually would compare me more to Kat than I would compare me to Christy, just because of the comedy and
they were conspiring against you,
and all the conspiring bitches, and everybody was. There were a lot of conspiring bitches.
I think we're conspiring against you. This panel, don't you?
So I don't agree with you, Jackson. So we'll have a conversation about that when you get out of the house. Trust.
Okay, I want to also ask you guys something quickly because I wish we could have had Kemi, but weigh in on this. But Sam, so this was really surprising me. Sam told Julie in his exit interview that he thought that Jack would go after Micky, and I feel like that's the last thing that I would have suggested. What do you think, Jess? Like, what?
Yeah, that definitely stood out to me, and I think it all has to do with what went down prior to the eviction tonight, because Micky was over there like in his feelings. He was big mad, like sitting on the couch. Even when he went to give his vote, he's like, "What's up, Julie?"
Yeah. He's like, "I don't know what to do."
And then he's like, "Oh, happy birthday, Mom." Like whoever, like it was
He's
like,
still got a happy birthday in there,
right?
though.
But he's like really mad. So something really got shook. Things were exposed, and it sounds like Sam did all the crazy stuff. And what I think, can I give a prediction about what actually happened?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that perhaps Micky said something negative or derogatory about Kat, because when Chrissy's like, "I stand with you, Kat," when Kat gave her speech like, "I just want to be known as a good woman," and this and that, like I feel like Micky went in, and that's why he was in his feelings, because I think maybe he got told off. I don't know. I can't.
I think that I think the reason why maybe he said that was because Micky did go to Jack to try and flip the vote against Christy, and I think Jack has this undeniable loyalty and love for Christy, and I bet you that just really pissed him off. Maybe I don't know for sure, but maybe that's why Sam was saying that. Maybe we'll see something about that.
Yeah.
What if the whole 6-shooter alliance is falling apart? I think, and I think too soon. We were talking, Rachel and I were talking about they're trying to already form mini alliances and go after each other when the house is literally dead split 6 against 6.
Yeah, you don't
at least wait till it's like 6 against 3, or wait, what was it? 6 against 5 now. 6 against 5.
Yeah.
So at least wait till it's like 6 against 3 or 6 against 4 or something. They're already falling apart when they're still at risk of being evicted.
Yeah.
Like, they have some formidable competitors to go up against. We've already seen that Cliff can prove himself.
Right.
And Nicole's no dummy, and neither is Jessica.
They're just freaking out, and with level 6, never would have ever in a million years would any of us have targeted each other had we have both not been on the block with another alliance member.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it's stupid they're doing that. They have the numbers. Why? Why are you doing that already?
Just play Tommy's game.
Calm yourself.
Yeah, I think part of it's just the power and toxic masculinity that Micky and Jack kind of bring to their alliance. They're like, no, it's going to be my way, and you're dumb, and like they are so degrading to the way that they speak. Even that moment where Holly in this past, I think it was yesterday's episode, when Holly had told Micky not to talk to Christy and Tommy about the information that Sis had told them. Not to be confusing. Micky went in, and Holly's like, "I told you not to say anything," and he's like, "Oh." He talks so bad to Kat and so many people, but she cannot say to him, "I told you not to say something," and he's in his feelings. He's mad, and I'm not a dog. You need to apologize.
Yeah, whenever he was like, "I'm not your dog," I was like, that came the wrong way.
That's a hard personality to take.
Like, she's not your dog.
Ooh.
So.
Well, I want to know what you guys too think about. Do you think that it made sense for Sam to go for the house to target Sam over Kat in this instance? I have my own thoughts, but I wanted to know I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think that was the right move?
To do
I
what?
think so.
To target,
like that Sam left as opposed to Kat. Like, would you have rather seen Kat leave over Sam? Basically,
I wouldn't have. Well, for the 6-shooters, it was a smart move to get Sam out as opposed to Kat.
Yes.
Kat has already showed semi-loyalty to the 6-shooters and has expressed to the DR that she kind of wants to get in with them by getting more loyal to Holly. So I think she's already tried to make inroads. So, like, for the alliance itself, it was smart to get Sam out because he's kind of partnered with Nick and Cliff. But in terms of, like, Entertainment value.
So you're saying you're gonna miss that voice?
I'm not gonna. In terms of entertainment value, I still would like Kat to have stayed, but it would have been juicier had Kat left, because that would have just been like the gag of the season.
Yeah,
right.
Because she said verbatim, she was like, "This could blow up in my face." And I might be the dumb. She was like, sometimes I think I'm a genius, but it could blow up on my face. I could just be an idiot. And for it to actually happen, that might be just too good to pass up.
Yeah.
But I think it was a smart move.
Yeah, I'm happy that she stayed, because I like this, like, vengeance that she has against Micky. Like, she wants him out so bad, and he doesn't even see it coming. So I would love for her to win HOH and have that opportunity to really backdoor him. But then also, I have honestly never...
Holly. She's with Holly.
She don't care. Holly... That's her man. That was her man first.
I know, but if she's with Holly wants to protect Micky, then Kat doesn't want to take
listen,
the shot.
Holly said, I have a final two with Kat. She didn't say I have a final two with Micky.
That's true. Maybe
But
Holly's
one thing though, I have never in my life been so back and forth on a season of like who I'm supporting. Like this season is like confusing me, because in my head I wanted Sam out because I am, I guess, team shooters now, but except I just don't really enjoy Micky and Jack, but I don't like Nick.
Without Micky and Jack, I don't mind the 6 shooters.
Yeah, me too.
Mean, to be honest,
but I don't like Nick and Sam
I love
because
Holly.
of the stuff that they did to Nicole.
I like Holly. Like, here's my thing. What I was disappointed in is I think that for Holly, for being Holly's HOH, I thought that neither option was good for her game.
Yeah, I saw your tweet.
Because thank you. Somebody did.
I did. I saw your tweet.
I just think that because they could have aligned with Sam had he stayed in the house, and Kat obviously is going to be blindly loyal to Holly no matter what. It sounds like, and I just think that she needs to stop listening to Micky. Micky is ruining her game. He's going to be the end of her game if she doesn't stop, because she should have gone with her gut, like she said tonight. She should have put up Nicole, and Nicole should have gone home. I'm only basing that. I don't want Nicole to go home. I like Nicole, but I'm just saying that for Holly being the HOH, I would be so mad watching this back if I'm her and seeing this week just wasted for two people that could have had her back going forward.
Yeah.
I don't think Sam would have had her back because Sam was going after her alliance. And
I think that I do. I really think they would have. He would have lined up with them over any of the other four.
Well, anybody would have lined up.
But he doesn't like Micky.
Yeah, and he's still with Nick.
Sam, I did see on the live feeds that Sam told, this isn't a spoiler, Just, but Sam told Nick that he said to him, he goes, don't target Micky. If you win HOH, don't target Micky and Holly, because they will have your back. Not that I care at all about Micky, but I do like Holly, and I think she's at least somewhat strategized. She just needs to get out of here. I think that would have been. I think he would have stayed loyal to them had they shown some sort of loyalty.
Yeah, Holly's stuck between a rock and a hard face.
Oh my god! That was just as good as.
All right, well, no one asked me. I didn't get to give my opinion.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Please chime in.
Yes.
Come on,
I'm sorry. I'm just really. I'm a nervous person. I don't have.
I know you're so nervous. You're such an introvert. Aren't you?
Such an introvert. I mean, how amazing would it have been to get a 5-4 blindside, man?
I know. That would have been amazing.
And there have been some comparisons.
We've never seen that before.
There have been, and the same week I was evicted. Same week, 5-4 blindside, and then she probably would have been like, she would have handled it probably a lot better than I did.
And all that with the same week as whose birthday? Daughter's birthday?
As the 42 days before Rockstar's birthday.
Rockstar's daughter's birthday.
Yes. So, but I'm glad Kat stayed just for the entertainment value, because she is very.
I want her to win.
Yeah,
at this
she's
point.
really funny.
Yeah.
And
okay, you guys, but really, let's get into predictions really quickly.
Okay.
That's the sound of a prediction.
AfterBuzz TV.
Okay, this is a little bit weird prediction one, but
alien.
so we got some new info on America's field trip, which is the new twist that's coming up. So for 8 days, America will vote for 3 house guests they want to see play in additional competition. The winner of the comp, so just keep this in mind because I'm going to ask you, obviously, who you want to go. The winner of the comp gets safety for the week. The second place gets a punishment, and the third place becomes a third nominee. So I have a 2-part question. Rachel, let's start with you. First of all, who do you want to compete, and who do you think America will choose to compete?
Who I want.
A little bit quick.
Who I want to compete is Jack, Jackson, and Christy, and who I think will compete are Jack, Jackson, and Christy. And the reason I say that. I'm a fan of Christy. I predicted her to either win or she's one of my top people. She has a veto power. She's safe, so we don't have to worry about her going nowhere. And then we know for a fact Jack or Jackson will, hopefully we've got a 50-50 whatever chance. I'm not good at math, clearly. So we got one of them out. Right. We got to put the big heavy hitters in so that we make sure that one big heavy hitter is out the door. Boom.
America, listen up.
Interesting. Okay, say the categories one more time.
Okay, so the winner gets safety. The second place gets a punishment, and third place is a third nominee. So there'll still be 2 other nominees.
Okay, yeah. So I'm totally in line with Rachel. I would just say Jack, Micky, and anyone else in the house, and anyone else who's a good competitor.
What if they're the third nominee then?
No, I'm saying anyone else in the house that wins number 1, and then they can be the other 2. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anyone else except Nick.
All right, I have a different strategy over here, and I told Rachel this strategy. My strategy for this, and I actually have the page open right now. I'm gonna cast my live vote.
Yes, Charles is gonna cast.
So I'm gonna explain. Here we go. So first, I'm gonna nominate Annalise, and you can vote as many times as you want throughout the day. Oh, you actually hold on.
Hang on, we're learning just like you.
Oh wait, so you have to include a CBS All Access account.
Oh, I have an All Access account here.
I actually have to pay for a CBS All Access account as well.
You know what? We'll do that later. I'm just gonna fake cast my vote. I would vote for Annalise.
Okay.
I would vote for Holly, and I would vote for Nick. And the reason I'm doing this, is because I want Nick to win. He has the biggest chance of winning against somebody like Holly and Annalise, who are both in 6-shooters. And that would guarantee that one of the 6-shooters is definitely on the block and that somebody out of the 6-shooters is safe. So Rachel was saying she wants to nominate 3 people from 6-shooters just to guarantee that one of the members of 6-shooters is on the block. But I want to take that a step further and also guaranteeing that somebody outside of 6-shooters is safe for another week.
Oh, very interesting.
It's a nice, great way to look at it.
That's strategy.
It's a risk.
I still think it's a risk.
It's all about numbers. If you can break down the 6-shooters and nullify their votes and their numbers, I think that's where you can start to break them down.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
So
someone who can win.
I want somebody who can
America
beat
will not
them.
think that way, though.
So I hope.
So not Jessica.
But then you think.
Not Nicole.
No.
Nick just.
Cliff. You should have chose Cliff.
I could choose Cliff, but I just want somebody to beat them. But you just think like. Nick did just lose an endurance comp to Holly and Sis, so you never know what kind of competition is going to come up. But in my mind, I want one person who's going to beat out 2 of the 6-shooters because that guarantees one of the 6-shooters on the block.
That is some very insightful stuff.
And just to add in, chat guys, we see you, Joseph Boza. Sorry.
I'm going to paste that link into the chat right now.
Right.
Where
He's been like on it today. I feel like you are the solo chatter. You've been hitting us with all this good stuff. But what you said is that you want Jack, Jackson, and Tommy, and you feel it will be Jack, Jackson, and Christy. Mm-hmm. So you were in line with Rachel.
I feel like it's going to put Christy, Jack, and Jackson.
Yeah, if Tommy goes on the block, though, if Tommy was the loser of it, nobody's going to vote him out.
No.
No one's going to vote him out. So that's why I don't think it's smart to put him in.
Yeah, because he would be...
It would be a waste. It would be a waste to have him on the block.
Well, you guys, do you have any final thoughts before we go?
Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to do it.
What's for dinner?
I'm not going to do it. No.
Well, you know what you were going to do?
Do it!
Listen, Rachel, we talked about this before. Say what you're going to say, and then I'll...
Wait, what was I going to say?
So, Rachel, this is the night that Rachel was evicted last year.
Right.
And you love sharing that GIF on your Twitter.
Oh.
And people were reading you for sharing the same GIF whenever we all thought it was funny.
Yes.
Oh my God.
You wanted
Stop
to say,
telling her to stop sharing the GIF.
Share whatever
We all want to see it every time.
I was telling Rachel, I was like, you know what, Rachel? You do what you think is funny, and anybody can say whatever they want to say, because that's their own little tiny opinion, and we're just doing what we think is funny. So if you don't think it's funny that you say, what's wrong with Angela? Then that's your own opinion.
Well, that I use my GIF when I think things are...
So Rachel,
why not?
now
Does
I
everyone else
implore
have a
you,
GIF?
let it rip.
Let it rip.
Yeah, people just hate because they don't have a GIF.
No. Oh, wait. What's wrong with Angela?
Yes! All right, that's it for us, guys. tune in next Thursday for another after show, after another live eviction. And if you want even more BB21 coverage, be sure to check out Big Brother Small World with JC every Tuesday right here on AfterBuzz TV. I believe you had Bella last week. I believe you had Bella on Tuesday, so go check that out. Thanks so much to Kemi for being here. Until next time, I'm Bryce McLeay. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bryce Advice.
Oh, and my name's Rachel Swindler, and you can follow me at Rachie Swin on Twitter and at Rachel Swindler on Instagram. Not with it today. Thank you.
What happened to Rachel? Guys, I'm Jessica Williams. You can find me on Twitter at Miss Jessica WW and on Instagram at Miss Jessica Williams. Be sure to like and subscribe to our video.
What's wrong with Charles's social media? Well, you can find out because I'm Charles Conoly. You can follow me at Charles Conoly. Doing everything wrong.
All right, that's it from outside the Big Brother house and inside AfterBuzz Studios. Good night.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.